Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Farida here, and today I'm going to be reviewing A Wrinkle in Time. And I kind of wish there was a Tesseract that would allow me to move through time and space where I could go to a point where I've never seen this movie and I didn't choose to see this movie and I could go see something else. So I promise it's not all negative thoughts, so stay tuned to hear what I think. To start out, we should talk about the director, who's Ava DuVernay. And her name has been floated around a lot of projects because she's a woman of color and I guess she has a really good eye for film. I've never seen any of her other work, but from what I've heard, she's a really good director. And she was actually the first woman of color to have a budget of over $100 million plus. So for her, there's a lot of pressure on this movie. And, it's got Oprah, it has Reese Witherspoon, Mindy Kaling, it's got a newcomer, Storm Reed, she's really great, and she's got a lot of money backing her, and plus she's got she's got Disney, so there's a lot of pressure for this film to be good, and I don't know if the pressure got to her or what, but this film just does not deliver. So the movie is about this young girl named Meg. And Meg has lost her father, who's an astrophysicist, and it's not that he's died, he's just disappeared out of thin air. And he and his wife have come up with a formula, and their goal was to move through time and space without using like a rocket ship or anything man-made. He feels like there's a formula out there that will move you through time and space. So basically, he's successful, but no one knows that he's successful because all of a sudden he's just gone. And 4 years later, we kind of meet Meg as a 13-year-old girl, and she's going through a lot. She's bullied at school. She doesn't really have a lot of friends. Her little brother's super annoying and in her face, but she loves him. They love each other. He's adopted, and they kind of just live with their mom, and times are tough. And it's the anniversary of him being missing, and then all of a sudden these three goddess witches appear. It's like Mrs. Witch, Mrs. Whatnot, who, what, where. Guys, I don't really know. But so Oprah, Reese Witherspoon, and Mindy Kaling show up in their witch form, and they are kind of witches of the universe. And they tell Meg and her little brother that they have a way of finding their father. So basically that's what the film is about. Meg's journey to finding her dad, and on that journey finding her self-confidence, and going through obstacles and learning how to trust herself and learning how to trust others, and learning that, no, she's not perfect, but that's okay. We all have faults. And that's kind of what the movie is about self-discovery. So there's not a lot of positive that I'm going to say about this film, but the performances are really, really good. The young cast, even though the journey itself isn't exciting, they bring you in emotionally. They're good. They're good at, for what they were given, the material that they're given, you gotta hand it to the little guys because they're very, very good. Also, to me, out of the three witches, Reese Witherspoon was the best. She kind of brought levity to a lot of situations because this movie takes itself so seriously. I'm like, is this not supposed to be kind of like a young adult kids film? It's supposed to be fun. This movie is not fun. And it was good that Reese Witherspoon had moments where she could kind of bring it back down. It's still positive, but at the same time, my biggest complaint is the sets in this movie are really cool. When they're actually on set, and you can tell that they're not in CGI, it looks really cool. Some of the set design is nice. It's a nice film to look at. It's got lots of colors, it's bright, the costumes are beautiful, and those are nice to look at, but that's pretty much where it stops because, of course, overall, one of the most important things about storytelling is kind of characters and character arcs, and having a good overall story and for the journey to make sense. And this movie just doesn't make any sense. Okay, so let's just get in there and get to the negative, because there's a whole lot of negative. For me, I just don't understand why this $100 million film looks so bad. I mean, I understand that CGI is not easy, and I get that it's an expensive medium, but like, that's your job in pre-production, to look at your budget, look at what sets and CGI that you want to achieve, and assess what you're able to afford to do and do it well, and some things that aren't. It's all about the story and the journey and having fun with the characters, and it just felt like this movie was trying to have fun, but the CGI was distracting. It was too preachy. It was like, you know, believe in yourself, or, you know, I don't know what it is. It felt like Oprah was just bringing this message down upon us, and we had to believe in it, or she was going to stomp on us or something. I don't know. It felt heavy-handed. That's what it was. There's nothing wrong with having positive messages in young adult films, because we all know at that age it's very important to hear those words, and it's very important to watch people on film and on screen convey that. But it just didn't work because it was too in your face, too on the nose. It's like, Meg, you have to believe in yourself, you know. She should be able to go through the journey, and us not needing to be constantly reminded that this is what the outcome's going to be. It's like, I get it. I don't know. The journey just didn't work, guys. It just didn't work. And the plot holes, there's so many plot holes that make no sense. So why is it 4 years later then magically these witches come down, and then once they're okay, so this isn't a spoiler, like eventually they find the dad. That's in the preview, unfortunately. Like, once they find the dad, he's like, how long have I been gone? And she's like, 4 years. But then when they get back, it's only been like 1 hour. It's like, wait, what are we doing? So when you're there, time moves quickly. Then why, when they were there, were they not gone for years? Because he felt like he'd only been gone like a day. There's so many plot holes that this movie just doesn't work, and it just trudges along. It's not good. It's not good. So my overall feelings is that I do not recommend this film. In fact, in the middle of it, I thought if I was watching this on Netflix, I would probably turn it off. Like, guys, avoid this movie if you can. It's not worth your money. It's not worth your time. It's a shame because there's so much potential. This movie looks really cool, and the concepts are really interesting, but you can have all that visually, but if the story doesn't work, then the film doesn't work. So for me, this movie is a pass. Feel free to leave your comments below and like or subscribe. If you guys have seen this movie and maybe you liked it, or maybe there was something that I just didn't get, I mean, feel free to let me know, because I'm open to wanting to like this movie, but for me, it just didn't work. So again, like or subscribe, tell me your thoughts, and I'll catch you guys next time.